When staff leave in the West, it is quite different to the situation in Japan. The vibrations sweep the community, and foreign bosses can be blindsided as to the seriousness of what is occurring. Doing what you have always done in your own country won't cut it here. It gets worse if you don't know what happens here. Welcome back to this weekly edition every Friday of the Japan Business Mastery Show. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guy, president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan, and best-selling author of two bestsellers, Japan Sales Mastery and Japan Business Mastery. We are bringing the show to you from our studio in the High Performance Center here in Akasaka, in Minato-ku, the business center of Tokyo. This is episode number 43, and we are talking about fond farewell for staff. Before we get going, a quick word from our sponsor. If you want to become skilled at dealing with people, then sign up for the Dale Carnegie course. Fully road tested for the last 100 years. This course is super popular globally and in Japan too. We've been teaching this for over 50 years here. Improve your ability with people, really ramp up your communication and leadership skills, grow your confidence and end your stress. Contact us to do the Dale Carnegie course now in either Japanese or English. Are you doing business with Japan? Do you really know how things work? Japan Business Mastery provides the answers. Do you have the right networks and know how to create them? Do you know how to get on the same wavelength with Japanese buyers? Do you know what being trustworthy looks like from the Japanese perspective? Japan Business Mastery is based on more than 30 years' experience in Japan and will become your go-to guide. Want to succeed in Japan? Buy Japan Business Mastery now. Welcome back. Okay, now it's time for the show. それでは行きましょう. So let's get going. Fond farewells for staff. In most Western economies, a colleague's farewell is no big deal, just a part of the tapestry of business. Managers applying a typical Western business approach to departures in Japan, however, may skip the need to communicate with those left behind. Most Western enterprises are dry rather than wet ecosystems. Dry meaning logical, ordered, efficient, unemotional, competitive, and oriented around the survival of the fittest. Wet, on the other hand, is more emotional, nuanced, interdependent, harmonious, inefficient, and more forgiving of human frailties. Japan much prefers wet to dry work environments. The unexpected announcement of the coming disappearance of a workmate can cause a degree of consternation amongst the troops that is probably not anticipated or even sensed by Western trained managers. Ambushing the quickly gathered Japanese staff one morning and announcing the existing boss is being demoted and introducing the new boss, a total outsider, shuffled in from abroad the night before, is the dry approach. The finance industry is notorious for rapidly relieving their staff of their building access cards, providing a thin plastic garbage bag liner for their personal paraphernalia, and a phalanx of buffed security types to shunt them out the door. Voluntary departures should not be ignored as chances to direct the communication amongst the team. Just because staff departures are no big deal to you, the Japanese staff don't necessarily share your dry view of the working world. Don't let the rumour mill crank up and the information vacuum be filled with negative messaging. If the departure is voluntary, don't assume there is no assurance needed for those who remain to know that everything is still stable, safe and predictable. Always advertise the fact you are expanding to prevent any type of negative scuttlebutt. Explaining to each person what is going on is the leader's job. The team want the assurance that they are not also going to be shown the door. They may wonder that the departing colleagues are bailing out early because they know something the others don't. Assure them that there are still oodles of opportunity to advance in their careers, or you might see them also want to leave. If there has been a poor performance issue that is driving the team members' departure, well, those staying need to hear, well, the survivors are valued and why that person's departure is the best thing for the organisation. In Japan, the group, not the individual, is key. Leaders have an important role to play. They need to explain the why of what is going on. 3 factors determine employee engagement levels in companies. Our relationship with our immediate supervisor, our belief in the direction being taken by senior management, and our pride in the organisation. Departures, when not properly handled, negatively impact all 3. The key emotional trigger to getting higher levels of engagement is feeling valued. Those who are left behind need that conversation with their boss that they are valued. Bone-dry leaders won't get it or won't bother. They will subsequently wonder why the levels of engagement, commitment, innovation and motivation are so low in their team. To successfully lead in Japan and beat the competition, you need a more highly engaged team. Action steps: 1, stop the rumour mill by having a strategy in place for when there is turnover. 2, coach leaders on the need to communicate the why with team members when there are departures. 3, assure those left behind they are valued. Thank you for watching this episode. Remember to hit the subscribe button. The Japan Business Mastery Show is here to help you navigate your way around business in Japan. Subscribe on YouTube, share with your family, friends and colleagues. Hit the little bell icon for automatic new episode updates. Our website details are on screen now: enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. It's awesome value, so check it out. Please leave me some feedback on YouTube. I would love to know how this show helped and what other topics you are interested in for me to cover. Just tell me how I can help you best. You might also enjoy my other weekly shows for podcasts: Mondays for the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, Tuesdays for the Presentations Japan series, Wednesdays for the Sales Japan series, Thursdays for the Leadership Japan series, Fridays for the Japan Business Mastery Show, and Saturdays for Japan's top business interviews. Now, you get these wherever you get your podcasts. Also, Mondays, I release my other TV show, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show on YouTube. Fridays, we have this one, the Japan Business Mastery Show, and Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. In episode number 44, we are talking about seriously nasty buyers. Onegai itashimasu. Please join me next week to master business here, because that is what we all want, isn't it? Japan business mastery.